Access granted.
What's up, y'all? Man, it's your boy Brooklyn McLean, and I'm back again with another episode of Conversations with Brooklyn. And today, I got my ace, Boom Coon, Inglewood swinging with me today. Chris Spencer, what's up, my man?
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
I like the red watch and the red shoes.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. You know, I got to
Where
from Inglewood. Gangsta blood.
Well, I don't know about all that.
Hey, man, so all I'm trying to do with this show, man, is just move the conversation along. The underlying theme being taking back our images one interview at a time.
Okay.
So first question I want to ask you is, what are you most passionate about? And when I say passion, think about it in terms of what are you willing to suffer for? Like you love it so much that you're willing to suffer for your love of it, like that kind of passion.
So are we talking in regards to like entertainment?
No, in life.
Oh, my family.
Okay.
My family is probably the only thing that I would suffer for. I'd give up everything else. But to make sure that my family stayed intact, that's the one thing I would go to all ends to make sure happens.
True that, man. And you know, that's been a pretty consistent thing, like so far with these interviews. Like, you know, when it really comes down to people really bypass all the hoopla.
Right.
Oh yeah, I wish I had this. Like, man, when I interviewed Morris, he was like, man, my kids.
Well, if Morris said that, I'm gonna go with golf.
I'm really passionate about getting my handicap down.
Yes, if I can get down to a 3.
Chico, his kids, you know what I mean? You, your family, your kids. So outside of that, let's talk motivation.
Okay.
What motivates you to do what you do? Because I don't think everybody, Chris Spencer's like the mayor of Los Angeles, right? So he knows everybody. If you need to get in contact with somebody, you call this brother right here. So what motivates you to do what you do?
You know what's funny? It's like I wish I could say money, right? But I'm not motivated by money. For some reason, I get joy in making other people happy. And I write for a lot of people. And so I get a certain amount of comfort and happiness knowing that what I've done to participate in this project has made thousands of people laugh, and you as the host or the actor or the star of this happy. Now, it's twofold though, because part of me is a writer and part of me is a performer. So the more part of me is a performer, so I'm really jealous that I'm writing shit for you and you're getting all the accolades, especially, we have a tight-knit community. Right. So people know my material or my style of humor. So when they watch somebody host an award show, Emmys, Grammys, BET Awards, they'll go, "Did you write that?" And I'd be like, "No, it was a collaborative effort." But people kind of know my wit and my dark sense of humor that you have as well, and so people pick up on that. So I would rather, and it's going to be me again in front of the camera telling my fantastic jokes.
Hey man, so what motivates you? You know what I mean? Like, either it could be your family again or just in the business. Like, what motivates you to do what you do?
So I like to create smiles. I like to create laughs, and many times it's me on stage performing and making people laugh. And a lot of times it's productions that I've written and produced and directed, which I have coming out pretty soon. and watching my words come out of other people's mouths to make other people laugh. My preference is for you to see the words come out of my mouth. But this is a rough industry. And there was a time where I was in front of the camera a lot and that started to slow down. So then I found myself becoming more of a writer, and so I get joy. I get joy creating laughter.
Awesome. And this dude is like incredibly funny. That's one thing I admire about you, amongst other things, is just like how fast you can come up with stuff.
Well, here's what's funny. I know you got these glasses on and you're being real serious right now, but this dude is quick as hell too. I don't know if you've been Barbara Walters or Jay Leno on this show, but this cat right here is just as quick as me. He just picks his moments. Like, he will say one that's going to go out the park. I'm going to hit you with 10 and I hope you like 8 of them.
What was it I got to ask you? So who inspires you? Like, and not necessarily just entertainment stuff.
Right.
Like, just, you can be as broad as you want to be, like, as far as that question is concerned.
Who inspires? My children inspire me. I hate that this sounds cliche, but
why?
Because the private school note is expensive, and so they inspire me to go write some jokes and make sure my stuff is fresh, and I get a joy out of making my family happy. You know what I mean? I know as a husband and father, I'm supposed to provide, but it doesn't feel like a chore. Excuse me. It doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like something I was born to do. Although I got married in my late 30s, had kids in my late 30s. It feels like this is what I was supposed to do from the beginning. I should have had kids at 12.
I think that would probably been statutory rape at the time.
Right. Yeah, teachers didn't like us like they do now. There was a couple of teachers I wish I could have.
I'm not even gonna go there.
No. We won't get in trouble.
Is it? I mean, the limitation is probably gone.
I'm saying I was 12 and the teacher was in her 30s. Some of them could have found me cute.
So let's talk about your children, man, because that seems to be a thing for you. Like, you have a boy and a girl. Like, what have they taught you as far as life? Like, have they taught you patience? Have they taught you discipline? Like, what through their eyes, how have you learned how to be a better father, a better man, just a better version of yourself?
Well, if this was Family Feud, those would have been the top 2 answers. But to cherish every moment. You know what I mean? Like, all the stuff we've heard that is cliche when you're coming up and you hear about a guy who's a father and a family man, but like cherishing every moment. Like when my wife's like, I don't feel like driving them to school, I'm like, I got it. So that's 30 minutes that I have in the car with them that I'm just getting downloaded on everything going on in their life. You know what I mean? So because the other cliche is, when you have a baby, people are like, be careful, they grow fast. Not be careful, but like, you look out, they're gonna grow fast. And you're like, yeah, you gonna help me with this diaper? But then like now I'm like, damn, I wish I could go back to the diaper phase and the learning how to walk phase and learning how to talk phase, because, my son is now 16 and driving. And we're talking, next year he's a senior. The year after that he's going to college. Pretty soon they'll both be married and kids, and then it'll just be me and my wife. So much fun.
I mean, but the thing is, man, which is why I'm so excited about doing this type of show. It's like you're talking about cliches. Like, but the thing is, people don't know that this is how black men actually get down.
Right.
So yeah, it seems cliche, but it's 100% accurate. Like that.
And you definitely have to have an incredible partner, right? I have an incredible wife who really is the real motivation here. Like, she is almost too ride or die, as you know, and she don't take no bullshit. She doesn't know what gray is. She's black or white, or it's nothing. And so anytime there's any of the 3 of us, me and my kids, try to BS, it's not going to happen. If I have a joke that's half-assed, she's like, dig deeper. And so I was fortunate enough to find someone who was made for me, and I'm very, very fortunate to have her, and the kids will actually take the same thing.
Would you consider yourself a role model?
Absolutely.
Like, in what sense?
because.
And not just to them.
I'm gonna say, here's something somebody said to me the other day, a young comedian. And, I think I'm good. But then to hear your peers and even the classes under you, not classes of in terms of money. I'm talking about like graduating classes of comedians. Like I walked to a club and there was a young comedian and he goes, "Oh my God, Chris Spencer, the GOAT." And I was like, damn, that's what you think of me? He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were Chris Tucker." No, he didn't say that. He said Chris Spencer, the GOAT. And I was like, yo, that was incredible. And I responded back to him, "No, I'm not really the GOAT. I'm the shepherd. I heard all the goats." But then I was like, you know what? Maybe I am a GOAT to some. And it's so funny, like...
But can you receive that?
Absolutely. At first I didn't. I was like, no, I help goats. Then I was like, you know what? Bah, I'm a GOAT too. Right? And I hear this a lot from these... You know what's so funny? Like, in terms of comedy, there's my generation... Right, and then there's like D-Ray, Kevin Hart, and them, and then there's like DC Young Fly, and then there's another group coming up, and this next group coming up really thinks I'm the shit. Like I don't know if their mothers were watching Don't Be a Menace while they were in the crib, but these kids, they see me and they quote stuff that's from a long, long time ago. I saw somebody did a reenactment in a video of Don't Be a Menace. People come up to me quoting stuff from the Jamie Foxx show. I'm like, what is this about these young? These ain't millennials. What, Generation X, Y, Z, whoever they are, they love me and I appreciate you guys. Whoever the TikTokers are,
right?
And so I guess I have
because
to,
I consider you. And it was funny. Like I was talking to Morris, right, and I asked him a similar question, and he was like, "I don't consider myself a role model." I was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "Nah, man, kind of like, Charles Barkley was saying, I'm not a role model. I just kind of do it." I was like, "No, dude, you're a role model. Like, whether you want to be one or not, you're either teaching somebody what to do or what not to do 24 hours a day."
Absolutely.
Right? So, I consider you a role model. You know what I mean? Like, me being somebody who, father died when I was a teenager, right at the point where, you start trying to figure out how to be a man. And then my oldest brother being in jail. You know what I mean? So most of my friends were older brothers in that range. You know what I mean? And I was looking at y'all like, how do I do this? So, to see you be married for 15 plus years, kid, like, I sitting back and watch because it's teaching me how to do stuff. Like, so I want to give you those flowers because you should receive that and walk around as if, you know what I mean? Like, I know you're a humble guy and it's kind of like, but nah, man, like you should be out in the forefront of black men or people just in general. This is how you should be, like, and it's okay. You know what I mean?
I agree.
What would you consider, I know most of your strengths, you know what I mean? What would you consider as some of your weaknesses?
5 iron.
This dude. I can't really go left.
Yeah. Reverse layup. So my weakness, I have all my life procrastination, right? Okay. And then from homework to midterms to working on my left to I have a project due in the morning to film scripts, whatever, auditions. I wait to the last minute. My body, for some reason, can't get motivated until it's pressure. I'd have an audition back in the day, and I get the script 2 weeks ago. When do I read it? The night before the audition.
Right.
I got finals in the morning. I've known about the finals for 2 weeks. I cram and do that. So that happens to me still in life. I'm gonna do a set on the Arsenio Hall show or George Lopez show. I should be working on the set. I decided to work on it 2 nights before because I need that pressure. And then once I do it, I go, this could have been so much better had I done it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the time I actually found out. So I want to get better at that. You know what I mean? Like today I had to, I was lucky. I was supposed to do a rewrite on a treatment for a movie, a TV series we're doing. And I was like, I haven't done it. The meeting's at 10. At 9 o'clock, I was like, if for some reason that's the only one I can work, it's like, oh shit, I gotta get, and then magic is happening. Then I get a call, the meeting's canceled. I'm like,
think it starts slowing down.
Just slow it down. So I don't know. I would love to. I mean, I'm 54. I hope one day I can stop doing that.
Right. Someday I want you guys to know about Chris. Like Chris, funny dude. He would appear to not take a whole lot seriously, but take my word for it. The dude is a very deep guy, and he's he knows a lot of people, but when you really need the dude, you know what I mean? Like he's there. So, and I got to tell the stories.
You have tissue?
So like most people know, I had a heart transplant about a year ago, and I had it during the pandemic and sitting in the hospital. And when I tell you, between this guy right here and our other friend, Tony Fleming, shout out to Cousin Tone.
Hey, Cousin Tone.
They talked to me literally 5 times out of a 7-day week. Like without these guys talking to me, cracking jokes, making sure I was all right, checking in, calming me down, talking me through, I wouldn't have made it, man. I really would not have made through that situation. And it all boiled down to one particular night. I just was having the worst night possible. I had the surgery. They said I had a stroke during the surgery, so I couldn't move the left side of my body. I was throwing up. Like I couldn't do anything for myself. Couldn't bathe myself, clean myself, I couldn't do nothing, right? And I'm throwing up, and it was just the worst night. The pain medicine had wore off, and it felt like I just got ran over by a truck. So I'm literally going crazy. Like I haven't seen anybody for at least a month or so because of the pandemic. And in my mind, I was just like, I can't do this. Like I was at my breaking point. And I called this guy at 6:30 in the morning. And I left him a message, and he called me back, and he was like, man, what's up? And I was just like, bro, I don't think I can do this. And he was like, what? Like, what does that mean? I was like, man, this is too hard. Like I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. And he was like, what can I do? Like, I was just like, man, I just haven't seen nobody in 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Like if you could just get some people to record videos or something, just some support videos, something, I think that could help. He was like, I'm on it, right? So literally when I tell you for the rest of the day, I got about 30 plus videos from people from Jada Pinkett Smith and Kevin Hart and Cedric the Entertainer and just Anthony Anderson and so many people that gave me well wishes and was cheering me on. And it was just so much for me because I literally was at my breaking point. And to hear everybody saying, man, you can do it, you got it, you're the strongest person I know, like it was enough to give me enough fuel to get me through. So man, I gotta tell people that like I said, a lot of people feel like Chris is just a funny, jokey guy, but when the chips is down, this is the kind of guy that you want to have in your corner, man. So I just want to say thank you very much.
So this is allergies, by the way.
I'm not crying. He is. But we're going to come back with more with Chris Spencer.
Access granted.